Media.
To get banned.
Welcome this week to Aura's Digest. So this week I found myself in a heated argument with one of my friends about crypto. He's a very big crypto head, more specifically on Bitcoin. He was trying to convince me that Bitcoin is the best currency ever. And given the fall of FTX and a lot of other shitcoins that are out there that went down, I was not easily convinced. To convince me, he decided we're going to visit a Bitcoin mining farm or a Bitcoin mining setup in Muranga. This is led by Gridless. It's a startup that utilizes excess power from a hydropower plant to mine Bitcoin. So let's find out.
Proof of work is like hard math protocol backed by energy. So it's like you're solving this math equation using a certain amount of energy, and that validates the blockchain.
What difference does it make if you're done it in shillings or dollars? Like what would you gain doing it in satoshis?
No, what I gain simply is this. Let's say I offer Daven a certain service for, let's say, 50,000 Kenya shillings.
Yeah.
And then I decide to get the payment in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So when Daven sends me the 50,000 shillings, let's say I need to procure something or get something done for, let's say, 20,000 shillings. So my profit is 30,000 shillings. Right?
Yeah.
Simply because I want my store of value to be in Bitcoin, I'll offer the 20,000 shillings I need to buy whatever I need to buy, and then from there my 30,000 shillings, which I do not want or need it to be in Kenya shillings or in dollars, will be in Bitcoin.
You know, kind of this vibe I'm getting. The Bitcoin maximalist. Yeah. It's 100% similar to like those Maasai herders. They actually have cows that could be worth maybe even 2-3 million Kenya shillings, right? Yeah. So they prefer their store value to be the cows, right? For that. Yes. So when they need to take the kids to school, then they will sell a cow, something like that. Then
Yes. That's an interesting comparison. I actually think that's a very practical. Yeah.
Welcome guys. This week we get out of the studio and at Kwa ground. Today here we are at Muranga. This is actually we learn what it's about. It's a Bitcoin mining operation in Muranga set up on a hydro power plant. It's called a mini grid for that. So today we're going to learn about mini grid and hydro. I don't know anything about all this. So let's go.
Basically, for the hydro, we have a penstock running all the way.
This is the water pipe.
That's the water pipe.
Yeah, okay.
And then let's see it split.
Splits into two.
Yeah, so it runs the turbine.
Okay. Turbine 1, turbine 2. Okay.
And then we also have generator 1 and generator 2.
Okay.
So they both produce combined energy.
Okay. Just for correction, the turbine is the one that taps the water.
Yes.
And then the generator then transmits that power, that motion into the generator. So in here you have two things, a turbine to rotate.
Yes, and then it will rotate the gearbox.
the gearbox, right?
And the function of the gearbox is to create an optimal transmission ratio.
Okay, so whether to increase or reduce the speed?
Increase.
Mostly to increase.
To increase.
Okay,
Yes.
and then that goes
Then
into
the generator.
the generator.
Then the generator now will now transform that kinetic energy to electrical
called energy.
Yes, and
Oh.
then we now transfer it to hydrocentral.
Yeah.
Hydrocentral is
Yes.
where we combine both the hydro and the solar.
So the solar's here, there's a cable too.
Yeah, there's cables going to the solar inverters here, and then charge controllers,
Okay.
and then to batteries,
So we have the battery packs for the solar here.
Yes.
Okay.
and then it all goes to the hydrocentral. From there now we distribute to the network
Right.
and to the grid, to the
So the
server.
network, talking about the network, so we have the power lines here.
Yes.
So this goes to the village
This
or
goes to the village, the factories.
Ris-
Yeah.
for that, and then the rest is directed to
Yeah, it's the cable I just showed you, it's just running down there.
right near here.
Yeah.
So on this side here, we have the Bitcoin mining operation. So from the talk we had before, the basic or the first user of the electricity is the factory and the people living around here.
Excellent.
How many homes are supported?
We have around 3,000.
3,000 homes. Okay. Does it run all the time, or is there a time that you need to shut down the Bitcoin mining so that you can supply power to the
No,
area?
at the moment, we can say that the households and the factories, they consume around 40 to 50%. So
Oh.
at any given time, we
Yeah.
have
Oh.
an excess capacity.
So you always have maybe give or take a 50%
Yes.
excess
But
capacity?
sometimes when the factory has a lot of production,
Yes.
then it can go to up to 60% consumption. So that means the servers will reduce the consumption.
So you reduce the Bitcoin mining operations here to provide that.
And as I told you, it's automated.
Oh, so you
Once
don't.
the factory picks it,
Okay. Yeah. So just
Yeah.
for the explanation, in the Bitcoin mining rigs, some of them were shut down, others were running. So depending on the excess energy produced, it will automatically switch on
Yes.
the other rigs for that. Okay. That's great. Thanks a lot.
Oh yeah.
then
We're here with Guantai,
Yes, Master Guantai.
Master Guantai. Not crypto head, Bitcoin head.
Bitcoin, I'm a Bitcoin toxic maximalist.
Whatever the heck that is from Bitcoin Tiny.
Yeah.
So first of all, before we get into Bitcoin, what do you do with Bitcoin Tiny?
Bitcoin Tani is a Bitcoin only educational platform whereby we translate Bitcoin education from basically English to native African languages.
So like a
we have
Kikuyu
some
booklet.
No, like the languages I do is right now Swahili. We have done like an example of the Bitcoin white paper in isiZulu, in Lingala language, and Yoruba.
Okay. Okay, now let's get into Bitcoin. In the simplest way, what is Bitcoin?
Bitcoin basically, what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is freedom. Because Bitcoin, yes, it's a technology which was created by a synonymous, maybe a one person or a group of people called Satoshi Nakamoto.
Okay.
But now when I say Bitcoin is freedom, Bitcoin is this technology which gives us real freedom in regards to our money, our value.
Okay.
So now when you have Bitcoin, you actually now for the first time in the world, you actually can be self-sovereign and have money. No one can print more of, no one can manipulate, no one can take from you. So it gives you, as an African, your own power back, like true freedom, yes.
So it's another version, it's another type of currency, just like gold, with some advantages. So why should I trade in Bitcoin or not like hold Bitcoins? Why should I convert my Kenya shillings?
The sole reason you should have and you should do any exchange and specifically save in Bitcoin as compared to the Kenya shillings is because when step number one, the Kenya shilling is pegged to the US dollar. If we can give a practical example, since before, let's say President Ruto has been in power, let's say now for 7 months, right? So before the election started, just before the election started, the Kenya shilling to the US dollar on the worst day was 120, 121, right?
Yeah.
As we speak today, it is at 143.
Okay.
So you can clearly see inflation is chewing away your value, right?
True.
So now, instead of keeping your value in the Kenya shilling, is Bitcoin is better. And then just another simple thing. Bitcoin, even the rate no, not the exchange rate, the fees you use to send money, right?
Yeah, but transactional fees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee you, for any amount you spend, like maybe withdrawing money from your ATM, or doing any transaction at a bank, or even sending and receiving M-Pesa, it will be much cheaper.
Okay.
And then there are no
so it's anti-inflationary. Transaction fees are also very low.
Yeah, and then it's you can do it at your own discretion, at your own privacy, 24/7. There is no banking hours. There is no you have received a payment from the UK or whatever for working days.
Okay.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So now we've already looked at the power generation bit of it. So then, if you could explain now how you're converting using this power to create the currency over there.
So basically what is happening here, we are just taking advantage of resources we already have in our country, right?
Okay.
This river has been diverted to this mini grid, basically to generate power through hydro generation of electricity. So this mini grid is providing a lot of value to this community first and foremost. Because now the community is assured of stable electricity. And the excess they produce can also be put to the main grid by selling it, let's say, to KPLC, right? But now, the electricity which they're generating is too much to be absorbed by the local community and like the tea factory down there. So literally what they're doing is you set up your Bitcoin mining facility over here. So the excess power from there goes to mine Bitcoin.
And they're describing excess power. So that means if I'm producing 1,000 kilowatts, I would say 100 kilowatts in a day, and the local community can only consume, let's say, 80 kilowatts, then that 20 is what's considered
the excess which cannot be absorbed, which
cannot be used by anyone. So it's a win-win.
It's a win-win for the local community. Stories of having lights out, they are foreign to them. It's a win-win for gridless compute because they get to mine Bitcoin for themselves. And basically overall, even to come here and actually see the practical nature of Bitcoin, the proof of work, the mining being done in our own country here in Kenya, it will make people more aware of how everything is done, and they will encourage others to be Bitcoiners.
The only thing remaining, I need to see a Bitcoin transaction taking place. Live and in HD. Yes, in HD.
So I'm going to create a payment request, $10 US, save. I'm going to scan the payment request. The other thing is blur my balance, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Pay. Received.
That was fast.
We are in rural Kenya using the Lightning Network, using 4G on data. In fact, this is a hotspot. Was that slower or faster than it?
Hey, we've come to the end of our trip in Murang'a, visiting the hydropower plant here, hydro-solar plant here. Were you convinced about Bitcoin? Would you get any Bitcoin? So until next week, I hope this was lovely for you as it was for me. Cheers. Welcome back to the studio. I hope you enjoyed the trip to Murang'a. Was I finally convinced? I think I'm somehow convinced. I'll take a little bit of money, put it in Bitcoin, and see what happens for that. I ended up with this book donated by my friend called The Bitcoin Diploma. It has the history, why Bitcoin was created, its pros and cons. For now, I'll stay with my Kenya shillings. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Any Buddha, after kuachiva uwezi subscribe hapa. Bado hujasubscribe? Hey, and I have more videos here.